So I'm here at Beeston Cemetery in Nottingham looking for some Commonwealth war graves. So Commonwealth war graves are everywhere. They're not in every cemetery, but there'll be some close by. So the Commonwealth war graves looks after the graves of personnel from the First and Second World Wars. They've got 23,000 locations in over 150 countries and territories, so there is a fair few around, so there will be some near you somewhere. But today I'm at Beeston Cemetery in Nottingham. I've got all my notes. They're not all together, which is a bit of a shame. They're scattered all over the place, but I have found the first one. So this is Aircraft First Class William Henry Bell. He died on the 22nd of January 1942. He was 36 years old. So he was ground crew. Hudson returned early from air operations and was attempting to land at Northcote Satellite Airfield at Donanook. The aircraft unfortunately overshot the runway on the first approach and was climbing away for a second attempt when it crashed, hitting the watch office. The Hudson caught fire, causing the bomb load to explode. All 4 of its crew were killed, as well as 13 personnel on the ground, and William Bell was one of those on the ground. So I'm not sure how many bombs a Hudson can load, but I'd imagine it's a fair bit. So as I said earlier, Commonwealth war graves aren't together, so here's the first one we've looked at. There's another one over there, so we'll go see who that is, but I think there's some way over there as well. So we're just going to have to wander. That was the sky, I'm sorry. That's better. So yeah, there's some like way over there as well, so let's go see who else we can find. There's a lot of World War I graves here as well. But I'm just focusing on World War II today. So here's some over here. So here's W. Hancock's from the Notts and Derby Regiment. He was killed 30th of May 1918. He was 24 years old. So somebody's got a nice little cross there for him as well. So yeah, there's plenty from World War I as well. So I found L. Johnson, who was killed on the 24th of September 1941. He was in the Pioneer Corps. I couldn't actually find any information about him, so I don't know much about what happened to him, unfortunately. But yeah, it's not every day you see the Pioneer Corps. So after a bit of wandering around, I've found another one. This is Trooper Albert Bland. He was in the Royal Armoured Corps, 1st Northamptonshire Yeomanry. He was only 20 when he was killed on the 11th of August 1944. So I couldn't find much on him of how he died or what happened to him. But from the date, 11th of August 1944, he might well have landed on D-Day, if not followed along in the coming days and weeks. I know he was killed in Western Europe, but that was all I could find on him, which would match the timeline of being killed in the Battle of Normandy, like the Falaise Pocket sort of time frame. So Paris was liberated a week later. So here we have Harold Woodward. He's a RAF Volunteer Reserve, 20 years old. He was killed when his Wellington bomber stalled during a steep turn and crashed at Hampstead Norris near Reading during circuit training. So I found there's a lot of RAF reservists here, generally from training crashes. And he's not the only Wellington crash victim either. Here we have Frederick William Stevenson, who was again Royal Air Force Reserve. He was with 226 Bomb Squadron. He was a wireless operator, air gunner, on a B-25 Mitchell, which crashed during an emergency landing at Kimberley in Norfolk due to an engine fire leading to loss of control during a training flight. And here next to him we have James William Hallam, who was based at RAF Silverstone, which is now a famous racetrack. On the 18th of September 1943, his Wellington was taking part in a night training cross-country exercise and was detailed to fly at 7,000 feet, cloud permitting. The aircraft crashed at 0054 hours on the 18th of September. All the crew were killed. The flying accident report said that the cause of the accident was unknown. Pilot Officer Stewart, the pilot of a Beaufighter from number 125 squadron, reported that he carried out an interception of a Wellington aircraft near Bidford at 0048 hours. The Wellington evaded the intercept and disappeared into the cloud. Flight Sergeant O'Brien of number 29 Operational Training Unit, flying a Wellington, stated the Beaufighter overtook him and attacked another Wellington. Both aircraft disappeared into the cloud. Shortly after, there was an explosion on the ground. Other pilots on the same exercise reported a towering mushroom cloud in the Barnstable area. So again, another Wellington, another training exercise. So here we have Edwin Harvin, again, another RAF reserve, but this time it was Coastal Command. He drowned while acting as guard crew when his Catalina broke its moorings and then sank during a storm in Scotland. So he was 34 years old and was killed on the 7th of April 1943. I think Coastal Command gets forgotten a fair bit, so it was good to look into Harvin, find something a little bit different and unusual and something that gets forgotten about. So last up we have Charles John Clark, who was again Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve and again flying a Wellington. He enlisted in the RAF on the 2nd of March 1939, began his service as an air observer. On the 16th of January 1940 he became a wireless operator air gunner. On the 18th of January he was promoted to sergeant. So Charlie, as he was known by his friends, was serving at RAF Bassingbourn, and on the 30th of April 1941 he was one of 6 crew members on board Wellington T2905. The aircraft took off from Bassingbourn at 21:40 hours on a night operational training flight and was carrying 8 practice bombs. The flight included a leg from Andover to Sharpness, and it was during this leg the left wing of the aircraft struck a barrage balloon cable at approximately 2,000 feet. The aircraft crashed in St Andrew's Park in Bristol, killing 3 members of the crew. The remaining members of the crew were seriously injured in the crash, although they did try and save the other crew members but couldn't due to the flames because of the crash. So apparently the left wing of the plane took off the top of a tree, which can still be seen today. So if anybody's in Bristol near St Andrew's Park and there's half a tree, that's why. So that's it for Beeston Cemetery. Again, they're dotted everywhere. Commonwealth war graves are everywhere. You just go onto the website and you'll have a look. Been stood talking. A Commonwealth War Graves volunteer showed up while I've been wandering around aimlessly for a bit, so shout out to you, Simon. So lovely time chatting to you. So there's a funeral over there, so I do need to try and find a gate out. Although there is one person I couldn't find, Sister Maud Bembridge. She was a Territorial Army Nurse Service. She died on the 30th of December 1943, aged 51. So she died at St Hugh's College Military Hospital for the head injuries. I don't know how she died. I don't know if she was a patient there or a nurse there. There was no reports of air raids in the area, so I don't know the circumstances of which she died, unfortunately, but it's just, again, something very different. You don't generally see or hear much about the Territorial Army Nurse Service, so that was also a good one to research. So thank you everybody for watching. Again, thank you Simon for all the information. just go onto your local Commonwealth war graves. Just go onto the website and you'll find war graves local to you. Actually, some of these war graves have the same names as some of my friends that I know. So I've always wondered if they are related, but hey, maybe I'll never know. So thank you everybody for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you next time.